everyone, Muddy Melissa here. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that most people, when they're dieting, they look forward to so much: the cheat day. I get so many questions about cheating on your diet, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, the pros and the cons, how to handle it. So today I wanted to delve into that topic with you. I firmly believe that psychologically, when it comes to eating and dieting, there are three types of people. Number one, there are moderators. And these are the type of people that really need to moderate certain foods as opposed to eliminating them entirely. Because if they eliminate them entirely and don't get them at all, they really feel deprived. And that deprived feeling over an extended period of time leads to them feeling a lack of reward system for the way that they're eating and their healthy diet. And eventually they break down if they don't have that moderation and that little bit of reward. So that's one type. Another type is eliminators. I personally fall into this category. As opposed to moderators, eliminators are psychologically the type that would rather eliminate something from their diet completely. For them, they're the type of people that it's out of sight, out of mind. Once they don't have it in their diet anymore, they kind of forget what it tastes like and what appealed to them about it, and it's just old news to them. This, again, is me personally. I haven't had chocolate or sugar or white bread or white pasta in the longest time. It's been years, and I don't miss them. I don't really remember what they tasted like, and I'm not laying awake at night thinking, oh, I wish that I could just, have some chocolate, because I don't remember what it tastes like. So I've eliminated it, moved on, don't really care. That's me personally. And lastly, the third type of person are indulgers. These are the type of people that struggle both with moderation and with elimination. These are the people that really have the hardest time when dieting. They struggle on both ends of the spectrum, and they really just indulge. These are people that typically have food-related issues that are deeper and deep-seated, and they really need to work on those issues before proceeding with a diet, because moderation or elimination isn't going to work to their specific psychological nature related to eating until they figure out what it is that forces them to have the need to indulge in food so much. So those are the three overall psychological categories that I personally think that exist when it comes to eating and dieting. I think this relates a lot to cheating on your diet and whether or not you have a cheat day or a cheat meal, because if you know a bit about yourself psychologically and how you approach food, then you can know whether or not you need that cheat day or cheat meal. For me, I feel like a cheat day or a cheat meal would be detrimental to me, because if I introduce those things again, I would know what they taste like and I might miss them. Whereas now, I don't know what I'm missing because I haven't had it, forgotten what it tastes like, don't care. Okay. But if you're a moderator, then you might need that. You might need that reward system. You might need that little bit of moderation to keep you going and to keep you focused and to keep your overall goal in sight. So knowing these three categories and knowing which one you fit into can really help you decide if a cheat day or a cheat meal is right for you. Moderators tend to be the majority of people. The majority of people tend to be moderate eaters, and they need that reward. They're typically your everyday average person, whereas eliminators, I can say this personally because it is me, they tend to be very organized, very strict, very dedicated. If you're an eliminator, you know. And indulgers, if you're an indulger, you most likely have some food-related issues emotionally where you feel that need to emotionally comfort yourself with food, and you struggle with both elimination and moderation. So knowing where you fall on that spectrum can really help you discern if a cheat day or a cheat meal is right for you. So some of the pros to cheating on your diet is, number one, if you are a moderator, that can help you keep going. You need that moderation and that little bit of reward to fuel you. Otherwise, you just feel burnt out. You feel like I'm doing all this hard work and I can't indulge even just a little bit. That can be disheartening for a lot of people who are moderators. So that is one of the positive sides of cheating. Another one of the more scientific positives of cheating on your diet is that there's some science behind calorie and carb cycling. In essence, if you eat the same amount every single day, your body gets used to that, and your body reacts to that, and it operates on that baseline of what it thinks that you are going to get every single day. But if you switch up the amount of carbs and the amount of calories that you get, you're sort of throwing your body off balance. So you're keeping your metabolism higher, sharper, whereas if you just operate from a baseline of eating the same amount of calories and the same amount of carbs on a day-to-day basis, then your body adjusts to that and your metabolism might slow down a little bit. There's some science to that. Me personally, I have looked into the research and studied everything that's been done to analyze this. You can carb cycle and you can calorie cycle without cheating on your diet. For me personally, I would advocate eating a higher number of calories and a higher number of carbs in a cyclical nature if you choose to listen to this research, but you don't need to cheat on your diet. There's nothing saying that those extra calories or that those extra carbs have to come from unhealthy sources. That's me personally. But that is one of the pros out there that people have postulated to cheating on your diet, is that you are training your body to react to different amounts of calories and carbs. Me personally, I would say have those come from healthy sources still. Have those come from clean sources. It doesn't need to come from chocolate or pizza or ice cream. Me personally, again. So those are the pros. Some cons that I have with it. I personally don't think that you reward good behaviors with bad behaviors. Just because you've been doing well on your diet doesn't mean that you should reward the good things that you've been doing with bad behaviors and bad habits from before. That's one of my takes on it. Another take on it is that you are training your body to crave unhealthy foods. Just like I have been eliminating things from my diet and I don't miss them, if I did introduce them, I might miss them. My body might feel the need to crave those again. If you keep eating these things, then you're going to keep craving them because your body adapts to that. And once you've eliminated that from your diet, then your body doesn't crave it anymore. And I think that having these cheat days and having these cheat meals is keeping your body attuned to those unhealthy things, and your body's going to crave them. Your body's going to crave the potato chips and the ice cream and the chocolate and the pizza if you keep letting it have it. I would say to try and eliminate those things more and more and more. It doesn't happen overnight, and I don't think that anybody should just wake up one day and say, I'm going to eat completely healthy and I'm never going to touch this stuff again. But if you keep feeding it to your body, then your body is going to keep responding to it and is going to keep craving it. Another thing is that cheat days, I have a problem with cheat days as opposed to cheat meals because you can eat a lot throughout the day if you're having a cheat day. And people do tend to do this. They have a cheat day and the entire day they can eat whatever they want to eat. It can be very easy if you're eating particularly unhealthy foods to rack up a lot of calories that you can be setting yourself back if you are eating the entire day. So a cheat day, it really leads itself to overeating and binging, and I think that that's too much. A cheat meal would be more reasonable as opposed to a cheat day, and definitely don't binge and don't overeat, because one of the other issues I have with having these cheat days and cheat meals is that it leads itself to binge eating and overeating, and that distorts the stomach muscles. We all know that the stomach is a muscle and it can expand. If you are regularly having these cheat days and these cheat meals and you are eating more food than you normally would, your stomach is going to expand to that. So when you are having your good days where you're on your diet and you're not cheating, you're going to feel less full because your stomach has expanded and your muscles are responding to the amount of food that you're eating on your cheat days. So it can really be setting you back long term when you're having these cheat days or these cheat meals where you're overeating, distorting your stomach muscles, getting it used to that amount of food, of overeating, so that when you're eating normally a healthy amount, it feels like it's not enough and you're not full, and then you're struggling and you're wondering why you're feeling hungry all the time. And you're feeling hungry because your stomach has expanded to that unhealthy amount. So that's one of the things. So if you're going to have a cheat time period, don't do a cheat day, do a cheat meal. And during that cheat meal, what I suggest is if you're a moderator, then okay, you can cheat on the quality of food that you're having, but don't cheat on the quantity, because that is something that's going to affect you long term. If you are eating too much food, overeating, binging, long term that's going to be hampering your success and your goals because of the distortion of your stomach muscles. So if you're going to have a cheat meal, cheat on quality, not quantity. Along with this is the day after cheat day. It feels so good for so many people to have that cheat day and have that cheat meal, and they're indulging in these foods. But the next day, they feel like crap. And when you eat crap, you're going to feel like crap. And it feels good during, but after that, you feel sluggish. And you've got to get back to your workout, you're trying to get back to your routine, and you just feel run down because you put that bad stuff in your body and your body is responding to it. It doesn't usually respond well. A lot of times people feel sick to their stomach because they've been eating these unhealthy foods and they're trying to get back on track the next day, and it's not so easy when you've done damage to your body, feeding it things that it shouldn't be eating. You know that. But a lot of people push that off to the side and try to enjoy that cheat day or cheat meal, and then the next day they really regret it, which is the last thing that I want to talk about, the guilt. So you've been doing so well on your diet, really proud of yourself, you decide to indulge, you go overboard. This is one of the reasons why I say don't reward good behaviors with bad behaviors, because afterwards you feel guilty. You've rewarded good behaviors with bad behaviors, and now you feel guilty about the bad behaviors that you've indulged in. And it can be really hard psychologically for a lot of people to get back on track because you feel like you've fallen off the wagon, even if it was intended to be something moderate to indulge and reward yourself just a little bit. There's still that guilt and that feeling of I shouldn't have done that, and I backtracked on my progress. And maybe you're struggling with the cravings the next day because you had that good food and you still want that good food that tastes so delicious but isn't good for you. That guilt can derail a lot of people. And there have been so many people that I have heard and talked to, and they had a cheat meal, turned into a cheat day, turned into a cheat week. Now they've gained several pounds back and they fall off the wagon and don't get back on. So many people I have talked to have had this story and then didn't pull themselves out of that pit until several months later. That is a pitfall of doing this. You fall off the wagon and it can be hard to get back on the wagon. Even if you plan it and even if you know that that's what you're going to do and tell yourself you're only going to do it in a moderate amount, it happens, that guilt. So my suggestion is to think about how you're going to feel and be honest with yourself. Because that is something that you need to consider. All in all, I don't recommend cheat meals or cheat days. That's for me personally, because I am an eliminator, but I recognize the value of it for moderators because long term it can keep people on track, because if they don't have that little sense of reward system, they feel discouraged and disheartened, and they feel like they're doing all this hard work for nothing and getting no enjoyment out of food. Overall, what I want to impress upon you is that if you're going to have a cheat time period on your diet, do a cheat meal, not a cheat day. Compromise on the quality, not the quantity. That's going to affect you overall. And think about how you're going to feel afterwards and set limits for yourself. Don't just go and eat everything that you can eat just because you can. Think about how you're going to feel the next day about what you've eaten and the way that you're progressing towards your goals. So that's my overall take on it. You guys might feel differently, but at the end of the day, do what works for you, do what keeps you healthy, do what keeps you on track for your goals, and just be happy and be healthy. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye!